don't trust anyone. I don't trust people, and I want to. I beat myself up for not being able to trust fully. And I pray that God allows my heart to stay open and soft, and that I'm able to be kind and not bitter. And I don't want to become calloused and jaded. And I feel like many people who are calloused and jaded become that way because their trust for humanity becomes eroded over time. And yes, my trust has been eroded. I trust in God. So but I'm surrounded by people who I feel I can't trust. And that can be scary sometimes, especially when things are uncertain and chaotic. I mean, ideally, when things are uncertain and chaotic, you want to be surrounded by people who you can trust. Right? And this is part of the spiritual warfare, I believe, is that this is fear. This is fear. And we've all been conditioned, ultimately conditioned to fear one another. And my experience has been such that, like, the people who have been closest to me in my life, like my family unit, okay, betrayal. So at a very young age, I had my brain wired in such a way to believe that, like, people aren't safe. But then my brain was also wired in such a way to be attracted to people who were unsafe. So then that belief just got reinforced because the evidence was constantly there. You know? I know that there are trustworthy, good, kind, loving people in the world. I know that. Because I'm one of those people. Imperfect, yes, but a good heart and someone who can be trusted to, when I do misstep, be accountable for it and apologize immediately and be responsible for attempting to mend any hurt. Like, that's the thing, is like, I don't expect people to be perfect or to never hurt me. Like, we're going to hurt other people because we're limited in our understanding, we're imperfect, we're all still learning and growing. But I've not experienced a lot of situations in which I've been apologized to, or I haven't seen or witnessed a lot of accountability from the people that I've been in the closest relationships with. I've experienced a lot of gaslighting in my life, a lot of projection and finger pointing and abuse And I think that is, like, unfortunately, a very common theme culturally. Like, I think that I was exposed to that in my family because my family was immersed in a culture that was promoting and causing that sort of dynamic amongst people on purpose in order to divide us. You know, and I know that intellectually, and yet I still wrestle. The body keeps the score. You know, like, I've been feeling run down physically and feeling a little ill, like, and so I think, like, things are coming up for me emotionally right now because in the past, when I have felt incredibly vulnerable physically, like not been well, I have not been cared for, and I have been, it's like I was surrounded by people who took the opportunity to kick me even harder when I was down because I was defenseless. Like, that sort of thing. I think that's some of what I'm experiencing, like, right this moment. Is I feel unsafe because my body is feeling weak. And the world is chaotic, and I feel like difficult times are ahead of us, and which means, like, many people will be vulnerable, and I feel like most people feel like they can't trust other people. And there's some fear in me about, like, you know, the future, and ultimately I have to trust myself. We all do. Like, that's the number one. Like, I guess if you can trust yourself, it doesn't really matter if you can trust other people, because you'll be able to intuit whether a person is safe or not. But I long for people that I can trust. You know, like, I want to feel safe. I want to feel like people have my back. I think everybody wants that, right? Like, and to, like, yeah, you have to be the thing that you want, right? Like, so I should have other people's backs. And I do try to be that person. But you first have to form a relationship with someone, right? To even have a connection where it's like someone's looking to you or you're looking to them in a time of need or crisis. Like, I think people are having a hard time even forming those friendships or relationships to begin with. We are. Like, that is the state of the world. Our country in the US right now, I feel like so many people feel lonely, and yet they're surrounded by other people who also feel lonely and mistrusting, and or maybe I'm just projecting, you know, maybe that's not the case, but like, when I start feeling this way, I start feeling like I need to go somewhere. Like, as if there is somewhere for me to go where this is going to be different. there is nowhere to run. Like, this is the state of the world. That what I'm feeling, I am feeling because I am existing in a world in which there is a certain climate. And that climate is one of uncertainty and chaos and fear. And you want to do something, right? You want to do something positive. But then you don't know what to do. Me. As I feel like the whole thing is such a tangled mess, like the best thing I can do is really just do nothing. And I've talked about this before, about how like Holy Spirit is telling me go sit under a tree, and this is what I've been doing, mostly just like being still, taking walks around the lake, meditating, because I do believe like this is the best thing I can do right now. Then I have these moments like I have right now where I feel like almost like a sitting duck, you know? It's like, shouldn't I be building my fortress? Like, shouldn't I be stockpiling food and water? And like this is like survival stuff. But I don't you know, it's like, where? I'm in the heart of a city, surrounded by a lot of strangers. Some people I know, but almost no one that I trust. And you know, I want to run away into the woods, and then what? You know, this is what's going on inside of me right now. It sounds like depression, I think, probably. Like, if someone's listening to this, they're probably thinking, like, oh, she sounds depressed. I feel like it's like, this is part of spiritual warfare. Like, I'm trying to fight off the fear and, like, remain strong and faithful and rooted and grounded while deception and darkness is trying to sweep me away. I don't have to post stuff like this. It's like, but I do because why? Because I want to trust people, and I want to connect to people, and maybe this screen, this distance between me and you, person watching, makes me feel like a little safer to be vulnerable and open up. It's hard to be vulnerable and open up when you don't trust people, and that's a lot scarier in real life, like, right? And I don't think I'm a coward, like, And it's like, it's the fear that I'm afraid of. That's the thing. It's like, I'm not afraid of people. Like, I feel very confident that I can hold my own and that I'm protected and that I'm guided. But I know the fear that everyone is wrestling with, and that other people also feel like they can't trust me or others. And like, it becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. Like, you're looking out for proof that you are right, like, almost. You know, you see, sometimes you see what it is you're looking for. And that's one of the ways that we protect ourselves, like becoming hyper vigilant. But then you tend to miss out on everything that's not that. It's not that good people aren't around, it's that you're on guard for the people who aren't good. And yeah, I know I'm probably not making sense, but I'm really, man, today is like rough for me right now. Like, and you know, I think it is important for me, like, if I'm gonna share positive things, and like, I think it's also important for me to share like the things that I'm wrestling with and struggling with, because, you know, half the truth is a lie, is a whole lie. And so a lot of people want to go on social media or on platforms like this and just present themselves as like a really well put together person who has no problems, who's just happy all the time, and it's like, you know, the spiritual bypassing thing. That's not good for anybody. It's not healthy for anybody. So if I'm gonna share at all, I feel like I have to share all of myself. It doesn't mean I have to share every little nitty-gritty detail about my life, and I don't. But I'm a person with deep faith and trust in God, and I'm also a human being who wrestles and struggles with fears and anxieties at times. And this is one of those times. And, you know, growing and coming to know yourself deeper requires one to acknowledge that and to examine it and be honest about it. So that's all I'm trying to do. And I will keep my heart open. Okay. I'm gonna go hang out with the ducks at the lake.